All right, guys, we came to the junkyard here today, and there's a NB Miata here. Let's see how messed up the wheel is. Look at the engine. I wonder if the block is gonna be okay. I mean, the block might be, but the head is probably screwed of how hot this got. It was in a fire. The engine mount, like all of this whole thing is dangling off with, you know, the crushed in frame right there. It's merely all put together. You guys can see how bad the impact was here. Had these nice wheels in the front, and then the rear just has the stock NB wheels. But look at the interior, it's all covered in mold and stuff. The support bar. And then, yeah, the whole frame is probably a little bit bent. Back here, they do have this nice little master manual, but it's all covered in a bunch of bugs. I opened it. Go ahead and show you. There's bugs and stuff moving in there, but it's got the original documentation in there. Cold pack for an NA. Spare parts. This guy probably had a knee brace. That's a cool part. It's got the silver oil cap cover. Fuel cap cover. This is what the interior looks like. This guy probably died. I'll go ahead and just show more footage of it. I think for right now, we're probably gonna start taking some of these bolts. I want some of these for my valve cover, as well as maybe the solenoid here. It does have fire damage, so we're gonna go ahead and see how it looks and see if we can reuse it. I think it should be fine. And just kind of go over the engine and see what we can pick out of this car. Maybe some of the fuses and stuff. As far as the interior, it's really nothing much that I would want to salvage. I mean, they do have the soft top here. It's probably bent. Really nothing salvageable. Look at this dash right here. And the gauge cluster exploded. But, I mean, apart from tiny bolts, maybe the locks, even though this door is completely destroyed, might be a good idea. They do have that one good side skirt. The other one is, or no, this is the one from this side. Yeah, the other one is still here. It's a little bit bent though. But other than that, it's not many panels I would salvage from here. Just a few things. I just noticed too, but whoever had this car had definitely a theme going on. They had the gold wheels. I think these are NK92s or similar. And then they had the nice goldly painted valve cover. And then I just noticed this, but they had a carbon fiber front lip. Pretty interesting. All right, guys, so not much. We only ended up grabbing the solenoid right here and the VVT gear. And it was a nightmare to remove. I had to use one of these as a hammer, kind of pop the cover off. We have to take 2 of the bolts off. And then for the last one, we just hit it and then rotated it until it came off. And the nice gentleman over there helped us use this torque wrench in a 17 to pop the middle one out here. So we could take that. But other than that, I took the dash gauge cluster connectors. And I did try to see if I could get the speed sensor out so I could have that gauge cluster modified, put it in my car. But if we look down here, the transmission was absolutely crushed. So I tried to remove one of the sensors and I did. It's right there. However, that's not the speed sensor. That's just a random automatic transmission, maybe knock sensor or something like that. But yeah, it was an interesting find, and you know, those parts are gonna serve a purpose. So yeah. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is how I came from the junkyard. These boots are dark brown, the pants are dark gray, and I'm extremely dirty. Try my best to wash my hands, but I'll go ahead and clean up. All right, guys, so I just got back home from the junkyard. My friend helped me get the parts while we were there. It was what, like 10 minutes away from my job and an hour away from my house. So these are the parts that I actually ended up getting. I didn't get much. Just the valve, VVT solenoid. It's a bit burnt, you guys can see, but it should work. The connectors are there. Inside looks really clean. And then I got the VVT actuating timing gear. The inside looks like. These ones are pretty rare and hard to come by. This one's in good condition. It was a pain to take it off. We had to I think I mentioned it already where I had to use the hammer it off take 2, and we were barely able to, they stripped. And then I got the connectors here for the NB gauge cluster, because I have one laying around. Here, I'll go ahead and show you guys. Here's a cluster I have from an older Miata that I got. It's an NB. And you can see the 3 connectors in the back, so I may try to retrofit this one. It is burnt where the odometer is, so I'm gonna try to incorporate my odometer into it somehow, modifying it. But yeah, that's what I got these connectors for, as well as this random connector. And I got one of the VVT bolts. Surprisingly, when I built this VVT swap Miata, I was missing this bolt, so I had to buy one. But besides that, valve cover bolts, because I want to replace the ones in my Miata with those, as well as a couple of random bolts here and there. Not really that much, but it still has a fresh VVT head and engine there that should work for anyone that needs one. So yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.